Hey everyone, this is Ryder from YoGov and Skip, and I wanted to do a very quick video update on a few things. Number one, I'm going to give an update on our SBA loan progress tool that we've had live for a week. There's some important things you should know, some updates we've made to give you more information, and I'm going to talk about that. And I'm also going to share some insights we've been able to find that'll help you if you're a small business owner or individual. The whole point of doing this is to help you. Yogov.org is our main site, and we put this on our Skip page, which is our sister site. And we really want to be a resource for you, especially in these tough times when you're looking for options. There are these government options and private options too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end of this video. Right off the bat, though, I want to say thank you to everyone who's self-reported information. This is based on self-reporting. That's the key part here, and it really helps everyone understand just how much progress has been made. So this wouldn't exist without all of you sharing information. If you go to helloskip.com/loan tracking, I'll leave the link in the description. You'll notice a few changes, but again, we are not affiliated with the SBA public agency. We don't control any of the distribution. This is really self-reported information to help you understand how much progress has been made relative to the EIDL programs. 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%. What can I expect? That's the big question. Many of you know the pool of money has dried up, and I'm going to talk about that next, and what that means. They are still processing applications. So anyway, here's the loan tracking. I'll jump back to this, but first I want to share some data. So based on what we've seen, approximately 2% of all the advances, EIDL advances, have been distributed. Okay, this is based on the self-reporting from all of you, approximately 2%. So if you're at home wondering what's happening, you're not alone. 98% of you have not received anything. And by the way, a lot of these people received smaller amounts because it was based on employee count. This is based on 1,000 per eligible employee. A couple other statistics that I think are helpful is 70% of all of these EIDL applications started with 3.3. So if you're looking at application number and it starts with 3.3, you're with 70% of the people. 1.75% of these applications have been approved. Again, slightly lower than the 2% average, but that's just what we're looking at for 3.3. Meanwhile, 27% of applications start with 3.6. And of these, 1.65% of these applications have been approved. By the way, this is we calculated this last night, so today we'll probably update these. We expect they might be a little bit higher as more people self-report. We have heard reports that approvals are still being made, credit inquiries are still being made by the SBA, which is always a good sign, that they are checking your credit because they're reviewing your application and they may approve it. So that's usually a good sign, although we have heard reports where people had multiple checks and still have not received anything. So keep that in mind. Okay, and then around 1%, the other bucket is applications that start with 2.0. It's a small number, 1%, and 2% of these applications have been approved. So again, there isn't much difference, but I wanted to share some of this. We were trying to understand what we could pull out of the information that people had self-reported and see if we could get any insight. But the bottom line is that these EIDL advance applications were open for 17 days. So they went live on Monday, March 30th. And yesterday, the SBA changed their website. So I believe they may have updated it, at the end of the day on the 15th to not accept any more applications. So basically it was open for 17 days. The vast majority of people who have been approved applied on this Monday or the next day, basically early that week. So the evidence we've seen suggests that they have been doing first come, first serve, and they just did not expect the huge amount of applications and were not prepared, and they didn't have enough funding. So they're still debating another $250 billion as we speak. So that may mean that more people are able to be approved for these grants. So we need to wait and see, and we're giving updates for all of these as soon as we get them. So over 3 million applications were submitted, and like I mentioned, the SBA has stopped accepting new applications, but is still reviewing existing applications. So we really hope that with a new pool of money, that there will be more of us collectively that receive these grants, and we do understand that a lot of these are kind of short-term measures. I'll say this, and I say this to a lot of people, is we hope that you're looking at different alternatives, such as other private loan options. There are zero interest or low interest private loan options as well, which are very good. I'm going to leave some more information about that in the comments. And also, when you sign up for the loan progress tracker, we give some links here too. So I'll show you here. Basically, you can't see the whole screen right now, but this is part of it. There's some resources, and you can watch videos that we've done, and get other resources and read articles about other coronavirus-related resources. But basically, when you book, or rather when you sign up for the free tracker, this is what you see, and we update the data here so you can see basically the latest information from the SBA. Again, that 2% of the self-reported users on SCIP have received their EIDL loan. This updates daily. So does the total estimated number of applications that have been processed. And we'll leave some links here too for some of these private loan options. So they're not here yet, but they will be later today. Two things I want to point out here. If you want to read more, you can read how it works. Since this is self-reporting, so many of you have been sharing this, which means a lot to us, because I think, so many news outlets, the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, they're all trying to understand, hey, how much progress has the SBA made? This is a unique opportunity for all of us to collectively self-report, and for us to help all of us understand what's happening. Because I think, there in the future there could be better communication from the SBA. And to their extreme credit, they just did not expect. No one could have predicted this amount of interest in the program. So I do give them a lot of credit, and so much effort they've been putting in. I know they've had at least several hundred people on phones, which is impressive. Okay, if you go to your tracker and you receive your advance, please self-report here. You can click this. These are optional fields. Since there are various amounts, you can put in, if you receive 5,000, 1,000, whatever the case may be, and any comments. This is the most valuable comments that you may have about the process, how it went, etc. We really love feedback, and then click the yes, I received my advance. So if we put that in now, so many people have said this is great for peace of mind and helping them. So when you click yes, it'll update your card to show that you've received it and what you've received. And by the way, we'll add more links here too. If you want to leave us comments, please leave comments in this video, or you can also email us directly from your dashboard. And that's it. Let's see here. Oh, the last thing I want to mention is if you go to our SCIP homepage at helloskip.com, we have just made live yesterday for previewing our unemployment tracking. So since 22 million people in the U.S. have applied for unemployment, we're doing something similar at a state level for unemployment. Basically, same thing, to self-report when did you apply for unemployment insurance, and have you been approved yet? Have you received your first check? This helps because so many states have varying degrees of backlogs. They're doing a great job. Again, this is unprecedented demand for each state's, usually Department of Labor or Department of Employment. They're catching up on a lot of these. This is helpful to see, number one, what percentage of people have been approved. Number two, what information is the state providing? For example, the states are working hard to update their websites too. And a lot of them do have some portals where you can check status, so we're linking to those too. And then any feedback too, which is also important because the governments really want to hear. I mean, they really want feedback because they'll be trying to improve this process, assuming that unemployment applications continue to rise. Okay, thanks so much for your watching. We hope some of this data helps. Again, I appreciate all your support. And thanks for watching today. Today is my birthday. I'm here with my dog. We're doing videos trying to help people. If you want to help, please subscribe and like this video. It means a ton to us. And most importantly, stay healthy, stay well, and stay home. Thanks.